home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Bucks back in action tonight at home, hosting the New York Knicks in a nationally televised game. 7 o'clock tip time on NBC. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30. Listen to the game right here. Dave Kane, Justin Garcia have the call on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. The Knicks made the Eastern Conference Finals a year ago. They are favored by 1.5 tonight on the road in Milwaukee. Giannis, fresh off being named Eastern Conference Player of the Week for the first week of the NBA's regular season. Knicks Bucks, 7 o'clock tip time tonight, right here on 100.5 ESPN. Meanwhile, football head coach Matt LaFleur meeting with the media yesterday up in Green Bay as the Packers now turn their attention away from the Pittsburgh Steelers, getting set to host the Carolina Panthers. Trap game potential Sunday at Lambeau Field. Green Bay is opened as 12.5-point favorites for Sunday's contest. Check out where the Packers land in this week's ESPN NFL Power Rankings, ESPN.com.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Tuesday edition, the Taushless edition. Today and tomorrow, maybe he's back on Thursday. I know y'all love this show that much more when the big fella is on. But we got a great group of cousin subs to choose from. Edition. Did you stay up and watch World Series Game 3? I did. Although I fell asleep before it ended. And I don't know why. I need to discuss that with Uncle Homer. Edition. As opposed to discussing his relationship with his father. Edition. Of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com. The ESPN app. Your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable. So you can move Wilde and Tausch, our little cube, into the first spot. So it's the first thing you can tap inside the ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And I think from a disclosed location.
I don't have eyes on him. And I can't talk to him to know if he's there. So we're going to gamble.
Are you sure you scheduled him as our cousin?
Yeah, we're going to gamble.
Oh. Is that Homer's music I hear? He is the host of the Homer Hour, the best 60 minutes of your day, allegedly. Every evening at 5 p.m., not quite as late as Night with Uncle Homie. He is the voice of Marquette men's basketball entering season 36. And you can always catch him on YouTube where he's talking about the Lord. God Talk, My Faith with Homer and Pip. It is Steve the Homer True. Homer, good morning. How are you today?
I'm great. My McDonald's app points now over 100,000. That is good. 102,079 points. I can have a free Happy Meal every day for the next 15 days.
So,
the disappointment is the Monopoly game, for someone who can help me. I was buying sausage McMuffins with egg because you got a McDonald's Monopoly ticket, and now they've changed it apparently as of this morning. So I'm going to have to purchase something else. I thought I was going to get 3 tickets with my second breakfast sandwich for 50 cents and my large Coke, but I only got 1. I have every board place except 1, which means I have won nothing big yet. And I did check to find out which ones are the hard ones to get, and I have not gotten any of the hard ones. So
it's hard to believe. It's interesting how that works.
There's like 1 boardwalk in the country.
What do you win, like a car?
What's the grand prize? What are you trying to win?
I have not looked at the prizes for them, but I can tell you that if you'd like to know.
Why are you
It's
all about playing the game. It's not about what you win.
Well, no. I mean, I know if I get one of the rare prizes, I'm winning something big, so I don't have to. It doesn't really matter. All right, hold on.
Wait, are you able to accept whatever prize you win since you go by Giannis in the app?
Sure, of course. I keep.
Congratulations, Mr. Antetokounmpo. You have now won a trip to Hawaii.
People are getting. Giannis. That's right. All right, my properties. Audio Technica turntable bundle for Mediterranean and Baltic. That's nothing. Pick one of 3 Polaris vehicles. That would be for the Oriental Group.
Snowmobile for
1 million American Airlines miles if you get the St. Charles Place Group. Universal Orlando Resort Vacation for the, I don't know, the St. James ones. I don't have to go the colors. The Indiana one, Kentucky Space Center trip. A Jeep Cherokee, if I get the Marvin Gardens Group. 10,000 Lowe's shopping spree.
I was just going to ask that, Jesse.
What?
Kentucky has a space center?
Kennedy. I apologize.
Kennedy. Okay.
I looked down. Kentucky is one of the 3 properties.
That makes sense.
It's a big difference.
Alabama does. Alabama has a huge space center in Huntsville.
That's true.
If you ever want to go there.
I don't.
And then you would think you would doubt Alabama as much as Kentucky. All right, where were we? The 10,000 Lowe's shopping spree, which seems to me to be less than the Marvin Gardens one. This is, of course, the green with Pennsylvania. And a Winnebago 2 RV if you get Boardwalk and Park Place.
You could live in that
if I
when
get
Nancy
the
boots you
railroads,
out.
$50,000 trip. Samsung TV for the utilities. That's pretty weak. Come on. You don't
Probably
give
a
away
lot of people
TVs
winning those.
anymore. They're nothing. Yes, TVs are
TVs
incredible.
are like the add-in for other things you buy now.
No, it's just of all the things that have dropped in prices, TV's by far number 1. And then maybe pizza. The ability to get a $5.99 pizza that was not the case 15 years ago. Little Caesars changed everything. Now you have all fast food places wanting to offer something like $5.99, $6.99.
That's true.
Even Subway's moved in that direction wisely.
Can we rewind for a second? So you said you're over 100,000 McDonald's points. I have the app. I go by my actual name in the app, Giannis, not by a pseudonym. Right. But I always get alerts if I haven't eaten there in a while or whatever else. Hey, Jason, you've got
I don't get that alert.
804 points that are going to expire. So are you you have 100,000 balance, and on top of that, you're also using rewards so you're not losing them and having them expire?
I've gotten those, but the alerts give you like another month. I have never had an alert that said you had to do it that soon. And yes, our granddaughter likes Happy Meals, so I'll get that, or maybe we'll get Chicken McNuggets. She likes those as well. So, you need anything? I'll be happy to get you something.
No, I don't need a TV. I don't need a Winnebago.
I mean, I got all kinds of free stuff from the Monopoly game. It's just incredible. I got free biscuit sandwich, free small fries vanilla cone, free chocolate chip cookies or McFlurry, free small McCafe frappe shack air smoothie, free small fries, free apple pie. Free.
Are these?
That's
and
about
these
it.
are
So
all
I've got
digital.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is all digital now,
No,
right? It's in the app.
no. These are you take the ticket off, and it says yes, and it says free food, and then you have to put in the code, and then they tell you what you won.
God, I remember the two promotions I remember them doing from my childhood are this one, and you would try to collect them all, and then when they had the '84 Olympics, I was 12, and Russia boycotted. And so the Americans were winning a ridiculous number of gold medals. And they were these scratch-offs with events. And they must have taken a complete bath in the amount of free food they gave away. Because if an American won the gold medal, you got free food on whatever that event was. And it made me watch more Olympic events because I wanted to see if I was going to get free food at McDonald's, which was such a key part of my
by the way, Mediterranean,
upgrade.
Vermont, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky,
Where they have that Space
Ventnor,
Center.
Boardwalk, Short Line, and Waterworks are all the special tickets. And if you get any of those in the Monopoly game, you are a winner, big time.
Winner, Chicken McNugget dinner. Yeah, congratulations.
Do you ever
way
remember
more
to
than
use
that.
your credit card points? Because that's something that when we were booking our trip recently, I forgot that I have all these credit card points to use for travel or even just getting debit cards you can use.
I
You got
use
that
my
trip
credit
for
card points
$150.
always. Excuse me?
I said he got that trip for $150.
Yeah, well, no, I was
What are you using credit card?
No,
for?
That's
not
good.
that
Good
trip.
job.
The trip earlier.
Credit card points you should always use as a deduction for your credit card charge. So you get the whatever, and then so you just put it as a credit on your balance, and that's how you should use points, unless you have airline points. Presently, we have 70,000 United, 90,000 AAA or American Airlines, JetBlue, because all these credit cards want you to join, and all you have to do is spend $1,000 in 3 months, and you get all these points.
Sure.
It's awesome.
Where are you going with all your mileage?
Not sure. Florida sometimes. I think we're maybe making a trip back to London. But you can go anywhere. Los
you can
Angeles.
go with me and Collette. We'd love to have you.
No, I'm not going
Stratford
with you.
upon
No,
Avon.
you're the celebrity. Nah, there are
Medieval
many
city
places
of
there
York.
that they picked that are nice, but I'm going only to London.
Why?
There's enough variety there, and they have a tennis tournament that I want to attend. So there's no need to go to all the other places, as nice as they are.
Wait, you're planning a trip to Wimbledon?
No, actually, the event before Wimbledon is called Queen's Club. It's in a tennis club like Wimbledon, but there aren't many people there, and a number of the top players are there, and so it's a really good deal. I probably shouldn't even tell people about it.
So you're
because,
going to
if
the
something
the
is
Wimbledon
really good.
Light tournament?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks before. It's where they prep. It's on
fortnight.
grass. It's a club similar to Wimbledon, but again, the crowds are small, so you can get close to the players. It's really nice. I apologize.
be there?
I violated the first rule. I don't know. Probably not. He doesn't really need to prep for talking about tennis. I do want to
thought you guys might like to
apologize
get back
because
together.
I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah. Because if you have something really nice, you don't tell other people about it because other people will then use it. It won't be special. I have a special parking place for Brewers games that I will not tell anyone else about.
Magoo's on the mound.
Nice try. That is nice, but this is not. That requires a shuttle, and their shuttle is very good. This is a place with no shuttle. It is spectacular, and I'm telling no one.
Well, thanks for not sharing.
Right. Well, it lets people know that there does exist the possibility
it's a brag.
of a really good parking place that causes.
You're bragging.
No, I was making mention
great parking
of
spot. I'm not going to tell anyone about.
Right. I was trying to say, because I talked about Queens Club, which I shouldn't, the way to determine if something is special is if you will not tell other people about it.
I'll join that club. Club.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at that, though, as
That's
you can
all.
probably imagine.
Is it the VA? Because everyone
You're
parks
nice,
there.
Excuse me?
It's not. Never mind.
It is not.
It's not the Veterans
If
Hospital.
if you mention it, I will lie and say it isn't it.
Oh, okay.
Good to know. Okay, I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
Like now, it's like we're one of
Thank
your
you.
kids. So this is, what I love about when Tausch is on assignment, as you like to say, and I get you, is that there's really not a vastly different vibe to the show. There's this stream of
I'm like
consciousness
Tausch.
charm to it that I just have to be ready for anything. And you came in, you plopped down in your seat, and we began with the travails of the man with the 100,000 rewards points at McDonald's. That's where we started. So you just never know.
So if I'd been on the football
Forrest
team
Gump.
with Tausch and there were a lot of people around Tausch, somebody would say, there are too many people there. Just go talk to True. He's just like Tausch.
You'd be the queen.
But I would have been like a
Queen's
backup
Club
punter.
or whatever of the, the tennis tournament.
Exactly, of the Wimbledon of Tausch. Perfectly stated. Yes, that's right.
So I am curious, before we get to any other topics that we have on the rundown, I am curious, is there anything that you're really eager to get to today, other than your dilemma with the Monopoly game, which I credit you for figuring out there are a handful of hard tickets to get.
Right. No, the only thing I have to leave at 11:45 because I'm now the Uber driver for my grandson, getting him to school, and I want to get him there as soon as possible after he has his doctor's appointment. So I have to leave at 11:45. I apologize.
So it really
I
is
didn't
like
tell you ahead
having,
of time,
it's
but I
like
did
having
not know.
Tausch. I gotta leave early.
I that's exactly why I brought it up at this particular moment.
Well placed.
Yes,
Good timing.
exactly
on that.
Yes. Yep.
Well,
And that's all.
we are thrilled to have you, even if you're going to depart.
You're just
15
happy to
minutes
have
early.
anybody. Come on.
I don't know if
Probably
I'm excited.
10. I can probably
think
leave
this-
at about 12:50.
Okay. Well, we are happy to
That's
accommodate
different
you.
from Tausch.
You know what? I don't really appreciate you saying that I'd be happy to have anybody. Like, you're different. You're the goat. You're the falcon. Like, I'm happy.
Fine,
to
you
have
might
you.
like some other. You like some other than others, but the key is having someone. That's 90% of it.
I mean, do I think that we could do a show where it's Jesse and me? Absolutely. Jesse's an interesting
have.
guy.
Yeah, we've done it.
Right. So, now, would I rather have Brian Bulaga than you? Maybe. But it's close.
I mean, maybe yes.
Oh, snap.
I'd rather have Brian Bulaga than you.
That's not true. Now you're just being hurtful.
It is.
All right. Well,
Fine.
I've got you, babe, and we've got Steve the Homer True in as our cousin sub of the day, which has a great rewards program, by the way. Got a free sub recently. Great deals to be had, and now they've got.
Can I
chicken
interject
tenders
one
as
more
well.
time?
No, you can't.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You can interject on the other side. We've got Steve the Homer True
Sounds
as our
good.
cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs. We believe in better. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
All right, we've got all kinds of actual sports conversation planned for the program. Thanks to Jesse for his hard work on the show sheet every day. It is such a great safety net for whenever you aren't sure which direction the show is going to go.
We never use any of it.
Which is pretty much, that's not true at all. But I am curious, Stephen, when you are, and that's in honor of Aaron Rodgers, who used to call you that. When you're
He calls
doing
me
your,
Charles, actually.
What? When's the last time he called you Charles?
Thought my name was the last time I saw him. He thought my name was actually Homer. He's the only person. No.
I know. I know. I have seen a signed photo that says Stephen on it. I know. I've seen that.
What is his middle name?
Charles.
We were calling him that, and then I said mine.
You called him the Sun for a while.
That's what he called me last time.
S-U-N, the Sun.
Yes.
I'm curious, during your
now I
wildly
call him
popular...
Man Gone Crazy.
Well, it's... during your wildly popular 1-hour program across ESPN Wisconsin.
Yes.
Do you check the YouTube commentary during the program at all? Is that
I do. I've started doing that because more and more people use YouTube, and yes, I do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we obviously operate both on the ESPN Madison and ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channels. Sometimes I read the comments. Sometimes I ignore them because people are being jerks. Couple of things to kind of give you a taste of how the range of people's reactions to when Steve the Homer True is on the program. Just get on with the show. No need to talk about family stuff. Okay? Then on the flip side, and this is what's great, Taylor says, I feel like Homer's grandson hit the jackpot when it comes to his grandparents. Very cool when Homer shares sneak peeks of that side of him. So see?
Aw.
Isn't that nice? Also, Colin says nobody goes to Wimbledon. It's too crowded. So I don't know about this Queens whatever tournament.
That is correct. That's why I'm going to the Queens Club. Wimbledon has become too crowded. He knows exactly what he's talking about.
Michael points out that the Packers, because he's not really interested in your life either, he actually suggested Strofe would have been a better fill-in.
He shouldn't be.
Packers wearing 1923 throwbacks.
I can leave now. You can bring him in if you want.
No,
I'll leave at any moment.
Michael doesn't get to dictate who the sub is.
Michael stinks.
I understand. I just wanted to let you know I'm available to leave at any moment.
Seth,
For you.
Homer was by far the best when Twitter was first coming around. Checking it, I remember as well. All right, so
I'm still just as good.
No, I feel like you've made some better decisions on social media than you used to. I feel like that. Would you say that's a fair statement?
Yes, it's an accurate statement.
Okay. I will, I think, and by the way, Josh DiMaggio, who's producing our program right down there by you in the Gruber Lofts, is one call. That's All Studios.
I can see him.
I assume Colin was making a joke there because, yes, it's an oxymoron to say nobody goes to Wimbledon. It's too crowded. It's too crowded because so many people go. But you're too cool for that, and you're too savvy. And
just to help you out on that, what he's saying is sports fans are going there. It used to be tennis fans. It has now become such a huge social event and the ability of people to lie on the grass and stuff like that, that it's become more popular. And for those tennis people, it's frustrating.
Lie on the grass? What?
Yeah, they have a huge grass area with a big TV. You actually aren't even seated anywhere, and you go into the grounds and then you sit on the grass and watch on TV, a big screen, kind of like the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. And people love it.
But you're not going to that. You're going to the Queens Club.
I've been there, done that, and I don't want to go there anymore. I might go to Wimbledon like a week before when they do qualifying. It's there are just too many people there now. And I can go somewhere else and enjoy the tennis better.
This has been Homer's Tennis Minutes on Wilde and Tausch.
I apologize. I don't know. It's like talking about Ron Kramer yesterday on the with Brian Bulag. I just want to apologize. No one cares. Talking about old players is just wrong. So,
Brian Bulag is an old
he can
player.
be the best tight end. There's no way that he can be the best tight end in the history of the Packers because there's no way he can be better than Ron Kramer. Not a chance. But who cares? He's 100 years old.
Any relation to Jerry Kramer?
No.
Okay. Did you stay
But you
up
can ask
last...
Jerry Kramer about Ron Kramer, and he will tell you the same thing. My opinion is based on what the teammates said about him.
Him and Willie Davis and all those guys believe that he's the best tight end in Packers history. Good to know.
No, the best athlete, probably the best athlete on the team at the entire time he was on the team.
And
the reason the power sweep was so good.
The tight end.
Correct. Most important position in Vince Lombardi's power sweep. Thurston and Kramer would have been nothing had it not been for what Ron Kramer did before they pulled.
Don't look now, but you're discussing Ron Kramer again.
I know. You should just say, "Shut up! I can't help it." I was in awe of all the things these players said, and you know me. I go like, "That can't be true. You guys are just cut it." No, he was. He's not in the Hall of Fame, and they're upset about that, I think, because he left after a couple of years to go to Detroit because of his family or some situation.
Well,
sorry. I won't talk
certainly
about
Jerry
him again.
Kramer, since you said he would have been nothing without Ron Kramer, I'm sure he appreciates that he's in
correct. Ron Kramer, I mean, you asked Jerry, if Jerry Kramer will not admit that Ron Kramer was more dominant at his position and more important to the Packers than Jerry Kramer, I would be very disappointed with Jerry Kramer.
Did you stay up for the World Series Game 3 last night?
I went to sleep, fell asleep when it was tied, and then woke up in like the 14th inning, watched a little more, fell asleep again, and then woke up right after the game had ended. I did not see the Freeman home run. He, by the way, was a great addition by the Dodgers because it's hard to hate the Dodgers if you ever hear him, listen to him. He's a phenomenal person, and I think makes people feel a little better about the rich Dodgers. The game-winning home run.
The Dodgers win the game with a Freddie Freeman walk-off home run in the bottom of the 18th inning. I believe I fell asleep in the 15th, and then I overslept for my hit on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. I don't know why. What is it about baseball, especially extra inning baseball, that would make someone who doesn't care about either team like me stay up and watch that? I was up late the previous night with the Packers game and writing. What am I doing? Why would I do that? What is it about extra inning baseball in the playoffs?
Right. I can't speak for you. I think it's helped everyone that the game is so much quicker. The time between pitches. There was a guy pitching for the Dodgers. I don't even know his name. Klein, maybe. Like, he would get the ball. He was pitching 3 innings in extra innings, and he would literally pitch it within like 2 seconds of getting the ball. It was the quickest pitcher I think I've seen in years. Anyway, I think that really helps. And I mean, I don't know. The game's tied, and so I'm not sure everybody feels exactly the way you do, but that would be my answer to it. And, they went 9 or 10 innings with neither team scoring.
Yes.
Before they finally scored.
Jesse, did you make it to Freddie Freeman's home run?
I did not. I made it to bases loaded. Was it the 13th inning where he flew out to the warning track with 2 outs, and I thought he hit a walk-off grand slam? That's where I decided I was going to roll over.
There was another player. There was something about the win. There was another Dodgers player who thought he had hit a home run earlier in the game. Jason, I just want to let you know, the more you know about Freeman, you won't like him. You will adore him. You know they have a song that the players get to use when they go up to bat?
Sure. Walk-up music,
Yeah. He lets his kids pick his song. How about that?
That sounds like something I would do. That's undeniable. Did Eric Lauer stay in the game? He was pitching former Brewer when I went to bed. He was not the one who served up the home run?
I can't. I don't remember that part.
I don't know. I fell asleep.
Or didn't notice who was pitching. And so.
Can I share one quick take on the game last night?
Of course you
What I
can.
did see. So I turned it on like the 6th. I got home from doing the Barry Alvarez show, turned it on in the 6th inning, made it 8-9 innings, and then fell asleep. That was a tremendous baseball game, and I wish it had ended in 9 or maybe 10 innings because now today the story is how long the game was and that it ended at almost 2 a.m. Central Time. But in reality, like, there were amazing plays happening all throughout the back end of that game. Shortstop throws to Vlad Guerrero Jr. at first base. He picks it up, scoops, throws to third, and fires a guy out at third base. Outfield assists at the plate.
They threw a guy out at home.
Yeah, multiple times. Like, it was an incredible baseball.
Yep.
Ohtani was remarkable. And now today, all anybody's talking about is, longest game ever, 6 hours, 39 minutes, took forever, into the late night. Like, I wish that game would have ended earlier, because then we would be talking more about what actually happened in the game instead of how long it was.
Who is the catcher for Toronto?
Kirk. Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah, fattest baseball player ever other than a pitcher. I can't believe. Dude is fat, and he's really good. He hit a 3-run homer, I think, to tie the game. I just look at him and go, I've never seen a baseball player ever that wasn't a pitcher. He's short and fat, and he's good. So, I don't know if I'm the only one that notices that.
I don't think you're the only
one. It's like
one
an offensive
that
lineman
notices
at 300
that.
pounds.
I think you're the only one that necessarily says it out loud. We will get to Evan Cohen, who is scheduled to appear next. We'll see how much of the game he stayed up for with the Unsportsmanlike program coming up in the morning. I assume he did not make it very far into extra innings.
He might have woke up to see the end of it.
Exactly. Very good point. He joins us next after I tell you about Gruberlov's homers in the Gruberlov's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue at the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. Gruberlov's, for 40 years, they've been helping you if you've been injured in an accident. If you have to make the call, and hopefully you never have to, but if you do, there's one call to make. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Gruberov says one call, that's all. Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Audi Madison is where performance meets precision. Take advantage of the 3.99% APR for 72 months, plus $6,000 customer bonus when you purchase a 2025 Audi A6 sedan 5.5 TFSI Quattro. No down payment to qualified credit, must finance through Wells Fargo. Customer bonus is only available until November 3rd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee. At Dunkin' Donuts, we're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
Mark Tosher here for Pizza Hut, and let me tell you, Pizza Hut delivers a win every time with the Big Dinner Box. For just $19.99, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Feed your whole team for one unbeatable price. Choose your crust, hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, or even tavern style. Order now for delivery or carry out at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. The Big Dinner Box for just $19.99, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my great friends at Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. It's the best time of the year. It's bourbon season. Weather outside getting a little chilly, but you can stay warm with a delicious glass of the Door County Distillery bourbon. Or check out Door County Distillery exclusives like their cherry bourbon and their bat bourbon. It's bat good. Visit the website, doorcountydistillery.com. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get out of this town, I just might be the one who finally burns it down. I'm throwing caution. I'm throwing caution.
You know what that music means? From Unsportsmanlike. It is Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, Homer, Jesse, how are you guys?
Tired? Did you you have a very early wake up? What time do you get up Eastern time to do Unsportsmanlike?
3:40 a.m. Eastern.
So was the World Series Game 3 done when you woke up?
Like, literally an hour before I think it ended. I swear, I'm not saying this like figuratively, like, oh, I wiped the sleep out of my eyes. Like, I literally had to wipe my eyes and be like, did that say 18 next to it? I could not believe that. I have a question for you guys on that, though. Can I ask you a quick question?
Of course.
So, what's more impressive, Ohtani's stat line? The closeout against the Brewers, 3 homers, 10 Ks, or the 9 plate appearances last night, 5 walks, 4 intentional, 2 homers, 2 doubles? Which game's more impressive?
I would vote still for his stat line against the Brewers because he also pitched in that game and pitched extremely well. But it is close. I would agree. 9
No, it's not even
times.
close. That's like asking which is a better state, Rhode Island or California. What he did last night is nice. What he did in the other game has never been equaled in any sport by any athlete. It's embarrassing to compare the two. It does not give justice to the first event, which has never been close to equaled by anybody in any sport.
Last night has never been done, never been close to equaled either, though.
But other hitting performances have been amazing, though not specific as the one last night, which is partially made up because of all the, one, the length of the game, and 2, all the intentional walks.
Yeah, I think, Homer, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think it is a fair comparison from this perspective. The first one...
Then you're saying I'm wrong.
No. I'm going to walk us through this for a second. The first one to me is him displaying his insane greatness that no one else could do, right? 3 homers, 10 strikeouts. The second one is the other team displaying his greatness by saying, we can't pitch to you in any way, shape, or form. And I think they're both insane because, I mean, what's better, you doing it or someone else acknowledging it? And they're both unbelievable, right? And
not even close. Doing it is a million times better. What people, the greatest athletic achievement in baseball ever would be in the Little League World Series, where Lloyd McClendon was at the plate with the bases loaded, and Taiwan walked him. Intentionally walked him with the bases loaded.
Which is what happened to Bonds, by the way. So, wait, this is interesting. That same thing happened to Barry Bonds.
What a team does, what someone else does, has no impact on the greatness that I achieve. It's what I do.
Jason, what is the highest award a writer in your profession in sports writing can achieve?
Well, as someone who's won the Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year Award 3 times, that's not it. Probably being inducted into the writer's wing of the Baseball Hall of Fame or winning the award that puts you in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Probably that.
Okay, so what, and Homer's going to tell me it's not apples to apples, but what's better, writing the stories to get you there or getting the nod to be there?
Well, you're going to say I'm weird, but I would say writing the stories to get there.
Okay. All right. I mean, and in many ways, the 3 homers, 10 ribbies is what gets you to intentionally walk him every single time tonight. Here's the point. Whether you want to rank the closeout game against the Brewers way above last night, no problem. It's insane that the same guy has both of them.
I agree with that. I'm also, speaking of the intentional walks, I know we're not a baseball show generally, but Freddie Freeman hitting the walk-off game winner after they walked the bases loaded to pitch to him instead of Betts and Ohtani, I thought was really interesting too, right? Like he came up with the bases loaded, but that started with them walking Ohtani and then following that up by walking Mookie Betts, right? So they walked the bases loaded.
That's the craziest thing. It actually, and this makes Homer's point, but it actually worked. Right? If you think about walking him 5 times, they never actually produced a run by walking him. So, like Homer, would you start the game tonight walking him if you were in Toronto? Would you walk him to start the game?
Would depend. No, I wouldn't. But it would depend on the matchup totally. Who's pitching? How they've done against.
You would consider it.
You have to consider it. What? Oh, and by the way, he's starting at pitcher tonight, which is just insane. This guy.
And it's worth pointing out that before he had that game against the Brewers, he was struggling in the postseason. So he has turned it on.
Worse than that, it was horrible.
Now he's got 8 home runs.
Correct. Evan, I know you guys discuss the Packers on a semi-regular basis on your program. I was talking to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, or at least Jen and Gabe. Chewy was having some internet issues. But the idea that Sunday night's performance against Aaron Rodgers has now solidly put Jordan Love in the MVP conversation, which, of course, is music to Jesse and Tausch's ears because they have a few dollars on that at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Is that something that you guys on the panel agree with as well, that Jordan Love is now a legitimate MVP candidate after that performance?
No, we didn't put him in the MVP consideration. Maybe we should have, and maybe we will. I think for him, slowish start in comparison to others doesn't put him in there. I think the fact the Packers are sitting there at 5-1-1 as the number 1 seed in the NFC is truly remarkable. If you think about the conversations that we've all had, it feels like, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys do it every day, I don't. There have been more negative Packers conversations since Game 2 than positive, and yet they're the number 1 seed.
Totally agree.
Right? We've talked more about, like, quote-unquote, what's wrong with Jordan Love in comparison to what we assume, not in comparison to what he is, versus what's right with him. And maybe part of it, I have no idea. Maybe part of it is, like, he was kind of anxious for the game on Sunday, right? Like, he was kind of like, let's get this over with already with this Rodgers thing. But I think he absolutely, by the end of the season, could put himself back in the MVP. Would either of you put him in the MVP conversation today, though?
I think I would now.
He has no chance to win the award whatsoever. Zero, because any success which is necessary by the Packers will be given many to Micah Parsons. If Micah Parsons was not on the team and the Packers had a great season, Jordan Love could be MVP. With Micah Parsons on the team, he has zero chance.
I thought you stopped doing the zero.
Okay, you're right. You're right. 5%, 1%, not zero. Zero's not allowed.
But Jason, here's where I'm going to very much agree with Homer on this. Name me another team that pays for two quarterbacks. Now, one doesn't play quarterback, but you pay Micah Parsons quarterback money, so in some ways does he take votes away from Jordan Love because you have quarterback expectations for not one guy, but two guys?
Well, and let me respond to your question with a question. Is Jordan Love the most valuable player on the Packers, or is Micah Parsons?
Jordan Love is because of the position he plays.
Correct. But the impact that he has had, look at what Rashawn Gary is doing compared to what he had done in the past. Last year, Rashawn Gary, Wes Hodkowitz had this stat this morning on Twitter that I saw. Last year, Rashawn Gary, in 17 games, 700 and some snaps, 7.5 sacks, 13 quarterback hits. Rashawn Gary, in 7 games this season, 7.5 sacks, 15 quarterback hits. The Micah Parsons effect is real. Not only is Micah Parsons really good, but he makes the people around him better as well. So I would agree. I would vote for Love, but I think it's not an outlandish conversation to ask that question. And the tiebreaker is the position he plays.
Right, but it's a weird thing. Because Micah's on the team, we take votes away from Love, yet I would never vote for a non-quarterback for MVP.
Right. Again, totally agree, but I think Homer, in his unique way, and I appreciate him walking back his 0% because I give him a hard time about that, I think he makes a very valid point. Now, the leading passers in the NFL, I know our friend Craig Karmazin loves the ESPN QBR. I don't have that in front of me. What I have is the NFL statistics. Drake May of your New England Patriots leads the NFL in passer rating. He's got a 15-3 touchdown to interception ratio. His passer rating 118.7. Jordan Love is 4th in that category. His completion percentage is up over 70% now. He had 20 straight completions in the game on Sunday night. He bested his mentor/predecessor. He's got 13 touchdowns against 2 picks. His passer rating 112.8. I would argue he is in the conversation, especially with some of the rocky times that we have seen with Buffalo having, with Baltimore having. Those are, you're talking about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, who were vying for the MVP award last year. With both those guys a little uneven early, I think Jordan Love's in the conversation. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but I think he's in the conversation already.
Yeah, I don't think he is yet, but I think you may be onto something long-term. I just don't think it is yet. I don't even know that he has the best case of a quarterback in his division right now.
You think Jared Goff has a better case?
Homer, right? I mean, wouldn't you say Jared Goff has a better case right now? Even though they have a worse record, they lost to
They're
Green
pretty
Bay?
close. I mean, I just always love to look at touchdowns to interceptions, and Jordan Love's 13-2. Jared Goff's 15-3.
You know what, Homer? I default to that. I default to that too. And Canty, who knows an insane amount of football, as we know, sitting next to me every day, tells me not to do that. Like, that's just not how I should look at it. And because he says
what's
that
his
it's
alternative?
Not always right. So he has an interesting thing. He thinks because I feel like yards are overrated. And he says that's crazy. He said 100 yards equals 7 points. So if you're thinking about it that way, that helps with the points in terms of you're producing points even if you're not throwing the touchdowns. Right?
Yeah.
So if you throw for 400 yards. You may have
Then you
28.
could go interceptions. Yeah, I would actually prefer turnovers, and that would be interceptions and fumbles, lost fumbles. And then after that, you could look at touchdowns, yards.
I like loss prevention from a quarterback a lot. Of like, am I putting my team in a position to win by not losing the game? And turnovers obviously would be that. So I don't know. I mean, it's just an interesting way of looking at it. By the way, one other thing I was going to ask you guys: now that last week is over, did it ultimately become somewhat uneventful? Rodgers against the Packers.
Yes,
Interesting thought.
What? Why? You had that thought too?
No. Maybe I think you can check last week. That statement was made every day of the week. Wait until this game is over and hear everybody say, well, it's so important now. Once it's over, that game didn't mean much. Let's go back and check the tape. Feel free to run that down. There's so many examples of it, you won't have any difficulty.
That's hard to find in a 1 hour show. So I would say this. It felt anticlimactic after the game was over. That is exactly how I felt.
Well, did you ask him about it?
Did I ask who about it?
Rodgers.
I did. I did not. No.
Sore subject.
It's not that sore. No, but
he should agree to do an interview with you this week. By the way.
Yeah, I'm good. So I agree though, and I wanted to.
What do you mean you're good? If Rodgers said he would do an interview with you, you wouldn't do it?
No, I would do it, but I don't think I live in the real world. That's not occurring, so it's fine. I did it did feel like I had this idea of the two of them like Manning and Brady, or Elway and Montana, or Elway and Marino, and it just going back and forth, and it being this, this thrilling down to the wire. One of them has the ball with the chance to go win the game, and that just isn't what materialized. The first half, the Packers played like garbage, and they build a 9-point lead. The second half, the Steelers are terrible. The Packers are great. They go on a 28-3 scoring spree. I mean, it was anticlimactic because of the way, in my opinion, the game played out. I don't agree with Homer that throughout the week, which he apparently was saying on the Homer Hour, which you can listen to every weekday 5 to 6 on ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Beaver Dam. I did not
That's
find
46 minutes of your day.
I did not think it was going to be anticlimactic going in. I thought there was a chance it could be a really good, fun shootout game, and it was kind of
I think we're talking about totally different things, Jason. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is, what ended up being anticlimactic, I wasn't talking about the 4 quarters. I was talking about not a single word expressed by anyone involved in anything with that game of interest before or after the game. Not one.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything, though. Like, it was so vastly different than 2009 with Favre, when, Mike McCarthy will still to this day admit that he mishandled both of those games because he poured so much into those buckets, and his guys just took it so personally that they didn't play well. Like, there was none of that at 1265. Like, Love actually does have a good friendship with Aaron Rodgers, which Rodgers and Favre did not have for the longest time. Then they did the thing at the NFL Honors, and the ice was broken, and then then their friendship kind of began. But this idea, and I give Rodgers credit, and I criticize him for other things, but he was not a hypocrite. He hated the way Favre treated him initially. There were times when he would get, I remember some of Favre's buddies would call him and leave him angry voicemails. Like, it was not a good scene. And he chose not to be that way. And there are certainly other things you can criticize him for. But he was very good to Jordan. Very good. And maybe he didn't find Jordan all that threatening. Maybe that's part of it. Because the first couple of years, he didn't look like much of a threat. But the bottom line is, he deserves credit for the way he treated the guy that replaced him.
So when you say they buried the hatchet, we know they buried the hatchet, he and Favre. And when they weren't friends at that time. Are we going to act like they're friends now, or that they're not enemies?
So I think I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Favre these days. We haven't had him on the show in quite a while.
I have no. I'm just curious because you made the
I
statement.
can tell
like,
you
when they
exactly
weren't
what's
friends.
going on. Come on. We know what's going on.
Oh, boy.
He's been ostracized by the world as being a horrible person for taking money from poor people, and he's
Allegedly.
trying to figure out how to somehow get back into the world because the world thinks he's a horrible human being, regardless of how good a quarterback he is. And I'm not sure he figured out how to do that, but that's what he's trying to do.
And is Aaron friends with him in that spot?
I
don't think that's very high on the list anymore.
It's very fair. Josh DeMont.
Let's get Rodgers and Braun back together. That should be the goal. I want to get those guys back together.
Maybe they can reopen a restaurant. Josh DiMaggio.
Work on the Middle East first.
I thought of it last night because Kelsey and Mahomes used the thing that they did. They call it 1587, their new restaurant. That was the Rodgers and Braun restaurant, 812, 12,
Right.
whatever the hell it was.
Yes, and then with the weird asterisk or whatever they put in there between them instead of an ampersand. Josh DiMaggio informs me that Brett Favre has a podcast. So I don't foresee myself tuning into that. But that's what he's apparently his latest vehicle is. When you look at the big picture of the NFL, you guys talk NFL a lot. I agree with you on Canty. I love his analysis. I'm not sure I 100% agree on the yardage thing, but he knows more football than I do. What is are the Chiefs and the way they struggled out of the gate, and now they seem to have hit their rhythm? Are they the story in the NFL right now? Is it Daniel Jones and what he's done with the Colts? When you guys are talking nationally, what is the issue or what is the topic?
Well, I mean, the Chiefs for sure, but I never wrote them off, nor will I. They need to be eliminated for me to write them off.
Mm-hmm.
We had an interesting one this morning on former UW running back Jonathan Taylor, because a lot of people are saying, well, he's the MVP of the league. And I can't do it. I just cannot do it, because my argument is not that Daniel Jones is the MVP, but Daniel Jones giving them competent quarterback play allows for a running back to be great. That if they had Anthony Richardson and Joe Flacco like they did last year, I don't think that that Jonathan Taylor would be this. And I have no ability to say, well, Jonathan Taylor should be the MVP. And the question comes up, well, he's pacing towards 29 total touchdowns this year. And if he gets to 30 or above, it's going to set records, and he should be the MVP. And he has a better case this year than Saquon did last year. And I can't go there. I could not vote for him for MVP. I don't know if you guys could. I want to as a Wisconsin guy, but I can't. I cannot vote for a running back for MVP. I don't think the value is there in comparison to the competent quarterback play.
Yeah, I don't know Daniel Jones. Homer thinks I would really like Freddie Freeman as a person. I don't know Daniel Jones well enough, but I do love a good reclamation project. And the fact that he's having the success that he's having and that team is having that success, whether it's him or Jonathan Taylor or the combination, I think that's a really cool story in the NFL right now. I don't know if there's a better story to me than that.
Running back would need 3,000 yards to be MVP.
What if it's 30-plus touchdowns?
No, that is. No. Nice. 25 one-yard runs. No. 50. Yeah.
50 touchdowns is what the running back would need.
Yes, 50 touchdowns for a running back would get you. If the running back, and maybe this will change, but if the running back threw 10 touchdown passes, then yes.
I don't see that happening, but maybe.
I don't either.
That's right. That's why it won't happen.
Homer, do you have anything else for Evan? Because I never know what you're thinking over there.
No, I had it suggested to me that the newest thing in football is going to be a second player in the offense that can throw the ball like a quarterback. And I think that is going to occur. I don't know how long it'll take, but that would create a diversity that would make it that much tougher to defend. And And I assume that somebody's going to copy Shohei, but they haven't, which makes his performance in the two, pitching and hitting, even more incredible. Don't you think kids are growing up now thinking they could do both?
Wait, Homer, did you have somebody suggest that to you off of watching Alabama this weekend? Because that happened. So Alabama on a 2-point conversion, kind of. So Alabama on a 2-point conversion had their running back lined up as quarterback and their quarterback next to him also lined up as quarterback. Both of them had their hands up in a shotgun, and they ran this wild play that was awesome, but it looked as if it's like you didn't have the exact angle. You know, it looked as if two players were playing quarterback because instead of one of them with hands on knees like a normal running back stance with a quarterback in a shotgun, I believe, and Jesse can try to find this, there were two players lined up hands up in the shotgun. So whomever it is that actually suggests that to you, I do wonder if they watched the Alabama game this weekend and thought that.
It's possible. I'll do a follow-up.
Will you? Or will you just have your academy or whatever you have, your institute, do the follow-up for you?
Both.
Okay, that's what I thought. Evan, thanks. We appreciate you.
All right, guys, thanks.
That is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. You can listen to him
He's
across.
good. He should have a show.
He's very good. He's like a young Steve the Homer True. Maybe not. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin football couldn't get a win at Eugene over the weekend, but Wisconsin volleyball did. Badger star Mimi Collier, an Oregon transfer, delivered the dagger over the Ducks with the final point of the match. John Arias with the call.
Badgers grab, back row Collier, and why not? Mimi Collier finishes it with a back row kill against her former team, and the Badgers walk out of here a winner in 4.
Next up for Wisconsin, it's top-ranked Nebraska. Halloween night at the Fieldhouse Friday night for an 8 o'clock first serve. ESPN Madison is your proud home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Don't be haunted by high prices this Halloween. Metro Ford of Madison has frightfully good deals waiting just for you. Right now, drive home the all-new 2025 Ford F-150 or F-150 STX, or escape the ordinary in a 2025 Ford Escape, both with just 2.9% APR for up to 66 months, only $16.41 per month per $1,000 finance. But hurry, these scary good offers vanish November 3rd. Visit MetroFordOfMadison.com today, where the deals are a treat, never a trick.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Not just another game, huh?
This was a big game. And when you're in big games, you play your best. And Jordan Love was special tonight.
Continue reacting to the Packers win right here on 100.5 ESPN.
You can hear him every weekday on Unsportsmanlike. He is great at his job. There is no two ways about it. Just like you are great at yours. His show's just a little bit longer. So when you say during our conversation with him that Jordan Love won't win the MVP because of Micah Parsons, let's take the Micah Parsons part of it out of the equation for a second, though. How do you view how Jordan Love has played, Homer? Has he played at an MVP level that if Micah Parsons wasn't on the team, you'd be talking about how well he's playing and how he should be in that conversation? That's what I want to know.
I would talk about how well he's playing. I'm not a big MVP guy, but he's playing. Is he playing as well as any quarterback in the league? And the answer is yes. He's made 2 horrific mistakes, but that, overall, he's played like an MVP. He's played like one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Who's
conversation
played that much better than he is.
You and I had in the wee hours of Monday morning, roughly around the same time that on this morning that you would have seen Freddie Freeman hit the game-winning home run, which I did not. The conversation we had on Green Bay game night, or Green Bay game morning, as you called it, was that I love the fact that Jordan Love took those, because I get Jordan Love, I don't want to call them apologists, the dwellers perhaps, who get mad when I bring up these plays, but the interception in Cleveland and the check down inbounds to Emmanuel Wilson in Dallas, followed by the dawdling and them almost running out of time and it almost being a loss because they weren't going to have enough time to kick the game-tying field goal. What I love about it is that he took those 2 late-game mistakes where you could argue he was not clutch, and he has been clutch in each of the last 3 games. He makes the big throw to Golden against Cincinnati. He makes the big throw to Tucker Kraft in Arizona, and he plays really, really good football in the second half after they went 3 and out 3 times in the first half against Pittsburgh. To me, that's what I want to see from my quarterback. If I'm a Packers fan, I want him to have, if he's going to make those mistakes that he did with Cleveland and Dallas, I want to see him then take that and be better in those situations later. And that's exactly what he's been. And that's something to be excited about, especially if he's going to keep doing that, because he has had some moments during his 2+ years as the starter where in a critical moment he takes a risk he shouldn't have. And now he did say, and I think this is one of the audio clips that we did not clip from Sunday night, that basically he admitted he had no idea where that ball was going, the one he threw to Tucker Kraft. So if you don't know where it's going, you would probably be acknowledging that maybe there was some risk involved there. The one that turns out to be the 59-yard catch and run. So, again, is he still going to take some chances? Is he going to take more chances than the guy that came before him? He is. But he's playing at an extremely high level now. And I don't think we were feeling that way a couple weeks ago. Fair?
Yeah, and he seems to resemble Brett Favre more than Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't make as many mistakes as Brett Favre, but there seem to be plays. For example, he was incredibly lucky yesterday on the pass to Watson. 22 easily could have intercepted the pass. And he's just his timing. But, that happens. You have others where it's kind of unlucky. It's just how many great plays, how many things do you do? Everybody's going to mess up, and it's what do you do when you're in the other games? I mean, he's got so many touchdowns, so few interceptions. He hasn't made many mistakes, and it'll all come down to some degree to the playoffs. But even Rodgers has had some disappointing games in the playoffs that have to be put in on his resume too. Yeah, you can win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love.
Yes, and I'm curious to see if he evolves from, as I like to say, a guy that you can win a Super Bowl with to being a guy that you win a Super Bowl because of. But what matters more is, do they win a Super Bowl while he's the quarterback or not? That's really all that matters. The line that he had about the throw to Kraft, which I really enjoyed. I saw Tuck going to the corner as I was kind of throwing it. Obviously, I had no idea where the ball even went. I was hoping that nothing bad happened, and Tuck just made a great play. So,
yes. That's right. That's the guy you throw to when you're going to make that kind of decision.
And, again,
I don't want our quarterback saying, I don't know where the ball went. That doesn't feel good.
But
if he throws it to Tucker Kraft, I got no problem with that every now and then. None.
Yeah.
The key
every
is
now and then,
who's there
afterwards.
And what happens. I'm not doing it to Watson.
Again, one of the things I really like about him as compared to his predecessors is that he speaks the truth and he takes responsibility. And right there, that is him admitting, I didn't know where the ball was going. I feel fairly confident I've never heard Aaron Rodgers say something like that.
Right, and you know what my advice to him would be? Keep that to yourself next time. There's no point in saying that.
I threw it where I knew a playmaker could make a play. That would help him win an MVP award this year.
Exactly. That would be my advice. I got Tucker Kraft out there. Wherever I throw a ball near him, I'm confident something good's going to happen.
I'm just going to chuck it.
Why
I
would you
didn't really
say
know
what
what would
he said?
happen.
I just kind of threw it up there and thought, let's flip a coin.
He doesn't have a disingenuous bone in his body. That's why. That's one of the things that it makes him likable. He made people.
That's what will change.
Well, I hope it doesn't. You're right. You're absolutely right that happens with a lot of guys. And is he boring at times? Even his wife Veronica would acknowledge that. I remember she came and talked to Sid's volleyball team, and we joked about how she has this effervescent, just incredibly enthusiastic, outgoing personality. And we joked, and she joked that she needs to rub off on her now husband, then boyfriend. The bottom line is he is a very good player, and he is an honest guy who takes responsibility when he makes mistakes. I love it when fans want to make excuses for him because he doesn't make excuses for himself. So he doesn't need people to do that. All right, we need to get to the
What great quarterback would he remind you of in terms of that honesty?
Boy, that's
or that
I don't.
boring?
I have not covered enough other. Look at me. I covered 2 guys. I'm in my 30th season, and I basically covered 3 guys.
I know, but you've observed many others. Was Montana like that? Did Montana really ever?
No, because unless you cover them every day, like, I don't know. What was Jim Kelly like? Jim Kelly strikes me as like that, but I don't know. Like, I never covered him.
Yeah.
So it is just I respect people. Both Elton Jenkins and Zach Tom this season, and I can't say the direct quote, both of them, when I asked them how they felt they were playing, said, I've been playing like poopy. Like, not enough guys have the gene that they tell the truth like that. There are guys that make mistakes. There are guys that blame other people, whatever. But I have a lot more respect for guys that do that, and Jordan Love is like that. All right, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour. It's almost like Tausch is here, 10:17, and we haven't even started the 10 o'clock hour yet. But we can't. It's good. You guys are two peas in a pod, just 30 years apart in age. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the podcast that you'll find on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. So you can find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Milwaukee Bucks back in action tonight at Fiserv Forum, hosting a team that played in the Eastern Conference Finals a year ago. The Bucks and the New York Knicks, 7 o'clock tip tonight. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30. Dave Kane, Justin Garcia have the call right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. The Bucks listed as a 1.5 underdog at home, according to ESPN Bet. Giannis named Eastern Conference Player of the Week for Week 1 of the 2025 NBA season. A couple of great performances in the league's opening week. Bucks Knicks again, 7 o'clock tip time tonight. Listen to it right here on the Bucks Radio Network. You can also watch the game nationally televised on NBC. Meanwhile, football, the Green Bay Packers turning their attention from the win over the Steelers to hosting the Carolina Panthers on Sunday afternoon at Lambeau Field. Watch out, trap game. Packers listed as 12.5-point favorites they've opened as, according to ESPN Bet. Plenty more to talk about. Wilde and Tausch with Cousin Sub of the Day. Homer continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
O'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. With Steve the Homer True in as our cousin sub of the day. All right, I want to get to some of the things that we talked about with Matt LaFleur yesterday.
Can I interrupt for a second here?
I appreciate you asking. Yes, you may certainly interrupt.
I just noticed that former WISN TV news anchor Jerry Taff
I saw that this morning.
Passed away. I got to work with him and with Marty Burns-Wolf, and they were so spectacularly good at what they did. It was a lucky thing, and they both apparently used to go in to raise their chair so that one would be taller sitting down than the other. I never witnessed that, but they were good. So. That's all.
So how many years did you spend on TV with your toupee?
12.
12
I
at
think
12.
It was 01 up to 12 at 12. I got my 12-year watch, and then 2 weeks later they said, you're done.
So
Still
when you
still
did
watch.
that, because having grown up in Milwaukee, I was certainly familiar with your work and your time on Pack Attack. Who Kathy Michelby would have been there? Dan Needles worked with
yes,
you, right?
everybody was there. Everybody
Tom
was
Sutton.
there, yes. Dan Needles, they all told. Tom Sutton disliked me very much, but that's the way it goes.
Why?
He didn't think it was any good. I don't know. That's all right.
Well, that's no reason not to like
Mark
you.
Johnson was there, and Mark Johnson was working weekends, and
the hockey
when
coach.
they started the 5 o'clock sports.
Different Mark Johnson.
Everybody assumed that Mark Johnson, who went on to be spectacular, he was incredibly talented. Went to Boise, was the sports guy there, and then the anchor on news, and really, really good. I mean, I would have picked him over me. He was doing weekends, and so they added sports at 5 o'clock, and they put me on the sports. So I walked into the sports studio, and Tom Sutton looked at me and he goes, I don't know why they picked you to do the 5 o'clock sports. To which I said, well, I guess I'm glad you didn't make the decision. I cannot prove this, but Tom Sutton was very popular. You know, they have the Q ratings. I mean, TV was so big back then, and I don't think they felt he worked very hard, and so I think they were always trying to. I believe the news director hired me just to irritate him. So they go, this will do something. They'll get Sutton going a little bit or whatever.
Actually.
That's the only reason I got on TV is because TV wanted him to do a radio, to do more to give him a raise, and so they gave him an editorial, and the radio people said, well, if we're putting a TV guy on radio, then you got to put a radio guy on TV. And they go, who? And they go, well, Billing doesn't want to do it. Homer. So they put me on the morning news. They said, you're starting in 2 months. They never called me. The Friday before the Monday I started, they said, you start on Monday, just come in a suit at 4 in the morning. Well, like, do I get any prep? No. We'll just write the stuff. Just read it off the teleprompter. The assumption, I believe, was that I would be horrible. They'd fire me, and then they could move on because they fired Sutton from doing the radio daily editorial because he forgot to do it like a month in as he went on vacation, which was his incredible skill to find a way to do as little as possible. But doesn't matter. He had huge followings on as an anchor, so they wisely kept him on. And Dan Needles was working there. He was like the third guy, and everybody told me he always sold it. He was like crazy and never worked hard, and he was the hardest worker, the best. It's the biggest fraud that ever existed, that he wasn't a spectacular sports person and very dedicated to what he did and did everything the best. But he wanted everybody to know that he was just, I just kind of fool around. I don't take it very, whatever. I'm glad I brought that up because now I could mention all those other things that probably, it's not as bad as Ron Kramer, but it might be. Are people old enough to know any of those names?
I think we have some a wide variance of aged people that listen to the program. So, yeah. First of all, I think
if they rip me on YouTube, I'd accept it.
I'm 34 and I remember Jerry Taft.
That's where I was headed back to. So what was he, since obviously your relationship with him was important and you are saddened by the news of his passing, how did he treat you? Better than Tom Sutton, obviously.
Fabulous, yes. No, he was a pro's pro. He was in controversy with assisting all these young girls and with stuff going on that shouldn't have been going on, which I don't think ever did. They wrote stories about it and Jerry's Girls or something like that. But no, I mean, you dealt with the people and reporters where some are just pros. I mean, when they were on the air, Marty Birdswell, they were so calm. They were in charge of everything, and they just, if anybody ever said I wanted to do this, I'd say just watch him, watch her. And there might have been other issues that people necessarily didn't like him as much, but man, they were just, things would happen where they'd have to adjust and maybe the script or anything, and you'd never have known any of it. They were so good. So,
I'm trying unsuccessfully to find your promotional photo, the black and white 8x10 glossy that you could get.
I have
TV
one at home.
personalities.
If you didn't know, yeah.
That
and hair.
But now that was not your real hair, though. That was glued on?
Correct. That was King's head.
Or did you start early enough that you still had hair?
No, I never had hair. So when I started, they said you need to wear a hairpiece, like whatever. I didn't. I thought they after a year or two, they said you need to change your glasses. They're too big. And I said, well, I've worn them for amazing one. I'm not changing now, but the hairpiece was originally. Yeah, when you get on TV, the only thing I did before I started was they said we have a person here who goes out and picks out clothes and stuff for you. They said, Homer, it'll take about a half day. And the lady comes in. She goes, this is going to take a whole day. Yes. It's so great.
All right. I do want to get to some Packers topics.
I need a lot of work.
I did not expect that. No, it's okay. We're good. We got plenty of time. We will get to well, actually, we don't have that much time. We're already halfway through the show. But we will get to what Matt LaFleur had to say about the kicking situation and the corner competition that they've got going on as well. We'll get to that coming up with Steve the Homer True, our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs, we believe in better. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Collette. Take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. Text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776 for full details. To learn more about this amazing adventure, come to the meet and greet on Tuesday, November 4th at 6 p.m. at Buck and Honey's Monona. If you can't make it, visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com to learn how you can join virtually.
Don't be haunted by high prices this Halloween. Metro Ford of Madison has frightfully good deals waiting just for you. Right now, drive home the all-new 2025 Ford F-150 or F-150 STX, or escape the ordinary in a 2025 Ford Escape, both with just 2.9% APR for up to 66 months, only $16.41 per month per $1,000 finance. But hurry, these scary good offers vanish November 3rd. Visit MetroFordOfMadison.com today, where the deals are a treat, never a trick.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Milwaukee, it's officially time for October baseball. The energy is electric, the city is buzzing, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Carbless. Carbless is the ready-to-drink cocktail that keeps fans cheering. No sugar, full of flavor, and always refreshingly delicious. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, celebrating downtown, or gathering with friends at home, Carbless is your go-to for every big hit, every clutch play, and every Brewers moment. So crack open a Carbless, raise it high, and toast to October baseball in Milwaukee, because nothing goes better with the big stage in baseball than finding your bliss. Visit drinkcarbless.com and see where Carbless is located nearest to you.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
I'm not afraid of getting older. I want less day from dying young. I see the light and go past my shoulder. I want less day from dying young. And I'm not afraid of getting older. I want less day from dying young.
We roll on with Uncle Homer in as our cousin sub of the day. Cousin subs. We believe in better. All right, we interrupt this stream of consciousness experience for at least one of my questions from yesterday's press conference. And that was about the Brandon McManus, Lucas Havrisik situation. Stella's very excited about the kicking situation. Here's Matt LaFleur when I asked him about Brandon McManus.
Matt, did you talk to McManus either after the game or today and just get a feel for, whether his leg was sore or he wasn't as strong or what might have been going on yesterday?
I mean, kickers miss kicks. That's what I can tell you. And, we always have a line to gain prior to the opening kick based on how the warm-ups went, and we stretched it in that situation. The first one, I think we were on the 39-yard line. In hindsight, I wish we would have just, because I had told Jordan, hey, potentially based on what we're doing here, you might have 4 downs. It's just, do you stretch the line to gain to kick a longer field goal? Or do you go for on 4th and 10? I mean, I guess you could always punt there, but that really wasn't on my mind just with where we were on the field. So I'd rather, stretch that line a little bit, and unfortunately just came up short, and then, he just missed it at the end of the half. So it is what it is.
A great filibuster of an answer. Should they have kicked Lucas Havrisik or not? Was he ready or not? Was the information I was looking for. I didn't get that, Homer.
Yeah, they played him, so they thought he was ready. They still believe in him because he's got a good resume. Their actions say everything.
I would agree, and my point is that, first of all, they're not replacing him with Lucas Havrisik. He can miss another couple kicks on Sunday against Carolina, and it maybe makes things a little bit more interesting, but they're not going to move on.
That's a great question. How bad would he have to be?
Yes, I don't know the answer to that, but it is a great question. So, again, I just found myself wondering.
3 extra points.
Yeah, he would have to go on a pretty ugly run. I don't think there's any way. I don't expect that to happen. But, look, is it possible that they should have had him sit for another week? I think that's a reasonable question. Whether or not they're going to swap out him in favor of Lucas Havrisik, they're not going to do that. They gave him a 3-year, $15.3 million contract because they believe in him, and he's been good for them. And if they're going to be playing in high-pressure situations come January, they want a guy who's kicked in a Super Bowl, who's done it in clutch situations. Lucas Havrisik, for as good as he's been for those 2 games he kicked in, does not have that on his resume. He has 1 year with the Rams in 2023. That's the only other thing. And then his stay in the UFL. So I didn't feel like that answer got me what I was looking for, but I think we can both say after hearing it, Brandon McManus is their kicker. And anybody who thought that they were going to make a change because Lucas Havrisik is 10 for 10 and kicked the longest field goal in Packers history. It will be a great trivia question someday because you'll want to say, oh, it's Mason Crosby or it's Chris Jackie or it's Ryan Longwell. Who kicked the longest field goal in Packers history? And the answer will be Lucas Havrisik.
Yeah, it's not. That record's not going to last long. 61 yards.
It's nothing nowadays, right?
Yeah, that's why they need to change it. They need to move the uprights much closer together. Football does not want field goal kickers becoming that important. That is not football. That is soccer. It must be changed immediately.
Jesse, you see what's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
This is the same suggestion.
What is happening here?
It's the same suggestion Tausch made. You guys are essentially the same person.
You two have been spending too much time together after all these Packers games.
Oh. That is not the case.
Certainly not starting.
He's barely
the
on the show.
Yeah, well, maybe if you started the show early enough. You went with Collette vacations to Ireland.
Yes.
And it was a phenomenal experience. You would do it again.
Yes, anytime anybody has a chance to go with Collette, go with Collette. They got it all figured out.
Well, good, because they've got another chance to go with me on July 5th as we journey to England, Scotland, and Wales with Collette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside.
Can I ask
the history.
one question? Is your family going?
Yes. Well.
Then someone
yes.
going on the trip gets to observe you with your family. Oh, baby. I might even go.
We'd love to have you. We'd love to have Nancy more. You'll take in the charm of the countryside, the history of the great cities. You'll stand before Big Ben in London, and then you'll gaze out of Edinburgh Castle. See all the rich history. We'll go to Chester and Tausch's favorite place, Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon. We'll also see the medieval city of York. It's all part of this incredible journey. Iconic landmarks, cozy villages, bustling city streets, peaceful countryside views. You heard Homer say he wants to go to London again. It's an opportunity. Maybe this overlaps with your tournament that you want to go to. You'll experience the very best in Britain's history, culture, and beauty with Collette. So to learn more, text TRAVEL to 844-770-3776. That's the word TRAVEL to 844-770-3776. You got an endorsement from Homer. If you don't believe me, believe Homer. He went on a trip already. Or go to ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for more details. A week from today at Buck and Honey's in Monona, we're going to have a get-together to talk about the trip. I'll be there. We'll be talking about all the fun stuff we're going to do. So make sure you go to ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com to find out more about the meet and greet event as well at Buck and Honey's in Monona. We'll continue with Steve the Homer True, our cousin sub of the day. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my great friends at Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. It's the best time of the year. It's bourbon season. Weather outside getting a little chilly, but you can stay warm with a delicious glass of the Door County Distillery bourbon. Or check out Door County Distillery exclusives like their cherry bourbon and their bat bourbon. It's bat good. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. Do you have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout? Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Whoa, you nailed it! Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
We're on the Badgers.
No one fears the Badgers for sure. No one respects the Badgers.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
Right now, everyone just pities the Badgers.
This is 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Continuing with Steve the Homer True, our cousin sub of the day, cousin subs, we believe in better. Great feedback from the unofficial mayor of Green Bay, Kyle Cousineau, who thoroughly enjoyed the start to the show. That is not a universal opinion, but he was thoroughly entertained by the Homer McDonald's conversation. So thanks to the Coos, who appeared in Rob Domofsky's story this week, leading into Packers-Steelers. And I believe I've also seen him in a documentary on Netflix about Brett Favre. So he's everywhere, including listening to Wilde and Tausch when Homer is in as our cousin sub of the day. I was intrigued by Matt LaFleur's answer to this because I'm working on a Jordan Love story and a love story.
Nice.
And this was very helpful to me. Here is the question I asked Matt LaFleur yesterday about Love.
Matt, how did Jordan's performance look on film? Because it sure looked damn impressive live.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive. He just, because he was making some high-level throws down the field, And there were other ones that, I mean, we were pushing the ball from early on in the game down the field. We didn't connect on a couple of those. But I thought, all in all, he did a great job. He was in complete command of the game, made a couple off schedules. So I thought, just all in all, he played really, really well.
Is there something, like, reading what the guys said to Matt and Rob, like talking about how, he's the successor and all the reaction that his teammates had, for him to do that in a game where Aaron's the other quarterback, the guys already believed in him, I understand, but is there something more to it when he's able to do it in that situation?
I think it's pretty meaningful I think that speaks also to the respect that we have for a guy like Aaron Rodgers and the guys that were here and were able to witness and see how he would perform, not only on the Sundays, but also in practice and all that. But Jordan's shown a ton of growth. We have a ton of confidence in him, and I thought he played a complete game.
So, Homer, this is what I thought was really interesting. And we were talking with Evan Cohen earlier, and I said that I thought the Rodgers Bowl was anticlimactic. The one way where I would contradict myself, and again, I wasn't in Pittsburgh, but I mentioned Matt Schneidman and Rob Domofsky, some of the quotes that came out of that locker room. I just want to read a couple of them. Micah Parsons. He showed he's the successor. He's the up and coming. When I was coming here in the trade, I was like, I know they've got a quarterback. I'm just so proud of him, everything he's been through, how he's developed as a player. He's playing some really good football right now, and I'm glad I'm here to watch it. I'm glad I'm on his side. Rashawn Gary, he's him. Everybody in the league, if y'all not woke, please wake up. Get the crust out of your eyes, because he is him, and 10 is coming, period. And then my favorite line was from Tucker Kraft, who said, I don't know Aaron really at all. I spoke to him for the first time today in the captain's meetup at the 50-yard line. The legacy that he left, I would say Jordan's fulfilling those shoes. When you're talking about the Favre to Rodgers to Love, Jordan has stepped up and fulfilled his end of the bargain. Or if he was Homer, he would say held up his end of the donkey. I don't know how great he's going to turn out to be. I don't know. But the fact that there are three guys in that locker room talking about him in those tones, to me says a lot about how far he's come and how much that game means to the guys in that room that he did that against Rodgers. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I think you're overselling it. I think that tells us how much they like him as a person, and he's not like most quarterbacks who spend a significant amount of time telling everyone or making everyone, even some teammates, feel like he thinks he's special. This tells me that they all wanted to do it because he's a quarterback who doesn't promote himself at all. And something occurred, and they want to make sure everybody knows how good he is because he doesn't do it to the degree of other quarterbacks.
That is true. So you don't. I just thought that it was really significant.
They don't think he is him. They're just saying, like, what do you mean? This is no surprise to us. We know he's this good. How am I supposed to answer that? I think that's that part of it is, like, they believe in him, and so to have people talk about how big this game was, it really wasn't to them in terms of believing how good he is. And they understand the Aaron Rodgers, they understand all the other stuff, and they want to play along and go out of their way. He is him is fabulous. Like, this is nothing special. He is him. What you saw. That's I haven't heard that before. I don't know that I've ever heard that. And I think that is, when somebody does something special and the person goes, no, it isn't special. We see that every day. We see that all the time.
Yeah, I think you're being a boomer right now because that phrase, and I'm not exactly a young buck, but he is him is more like he's the man. Think of it that way. Like, that would be the phrase from the old days for us.
Is that what they? Is that how they? Is
That's
that a
how
young
they're saying it
people
now.
thing?
He is him.
Okay.
Also, and again, he is transparent. And to Homer's point, we'll see if that changes the more success he has.
I don't know why transparent ever started existence. He's truth. He tells the truth.
He
Why
does
is
tell the
truth. Not good anymore. He's transparent. Well, that means he tells the truth. But that apparently isn't.
Well, no. He tells the truth, but I think transparency, much like you talking about your father and your relationship with him on the show, that's transparency. You're sharing more information than you are required to do. That's a transparency thing, in my opinion. Telling the truth about the football game.
So it's not just truth. It's truth when you wouldn't expect people to say the truth?
Yeah, or when they would share more of the truth than they are required to. That's what I view transparency.
I'll accept that.
But also, like he freely admitted, and I was actually sitting with our friend Chris Roth on set as we were about to do something on WBAY after the game, and somebody asked him asked Love if he felt more pressure in the game because he was going against Rodgers, and Chris turns to me and says, "Well, he's not going to answer that," and he immediately says, "Yeah, there's definitely more pressure," which again. Like, the easy answer is, no, I tried to treat it like any other game, blah, blah, blah. Like, he felt a greater level of pressure to outduel his predecessor and mentor.
And I don't believe that either.
Oh, I believe that.
Unless somebody can tell me that in the week before you noticed that. If you didn't notice it, then you can say whatever he wants, and you can easily say that now when you kicked his butt. Would he have said the same thing if he played poorly? I don't think so. So the judgment of how it affected him is based on what people saw.
I think
week.
he would have.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
because
he's transparent. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. There's a few other things from Matt LaFleur yesterday that I want to get to. I also want to get to trivia, which is coming up. But I do want to talk about the corner situation because if there's a potential...
Yeah, I want to hear that. You said it's competitive?
Yeah, including Keyshawn Nixon. Apparently. Allegedly.
Of course, yes.
But I don't know. I'm not sure Matt LaFleur was being transparent there. We'll hear it for ourselves next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Return to Hard Rock Casino Rockford's high-limit room, where the odds are in your favor. With enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17, you'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Visit the high-limit room and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhafels. Shop Steinhafels Black Friday sale. Sealy mattresses just $99. Dining tables and sofas $499. Save today at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com. Wisconsin football couldn't get a win at Eugene over the weekend, but Wisconsin volleyball did. Badger star Mimi Collier, an Oregon transfer, delivered the dagger over the Ducks with the final point of the match. John Arias with the call.
Back row Collier, and why not? Mimi Collier finishes it with a back row kill against her former team, and the Badgers walk out of here a winner in 4.
Next up for Wisconsin, it's top-ranked Nebraska. Halloween night at the Fieldhouse Friday night for an 8 o'clock first serve.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Attention business owners and executives. Looking for a bank that's invested in your community as you are? Look no further than Starion Bank. As a Dane County community bank, Starion offers competitive deposit and loan rates while actively supporting local initiatives. Visit a business banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, and Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, full-service business banking, lending, and cash management.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your Suita metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Got the 11 o'clock hour coming up, which will include trivia, Wonelli, and with Tausch not here, a frank discussion of Wisconsin football. So you can look forward to that in the 11
That's
o'clock
not a
hour.
fair statement. Come on.
Why is that unfair?
Come on, why do you do that? He's the voice of Wisconsin. It's not like he's avoiding anything. I mean, of course.
It's not like he's avoiding anything. We try to
Well,
keep
it's
him...
not like anybody doesn't understand that there's a limit to what you can say
Right.
when you're the voice of a team. There's a
Yeah,
limit
you
what I
can't-
can say about Marquette.
Right, so you can't have the frank discussion that you would have with someone who, say, is the voice of Marquette basketball and not the voice of Badger football. I think you're agreeing with me, and you don't know it.
I'm agreeing with you, but I don't like the way you put it because it's not as if he's soft or anything.
We once had Evan Cohen bring up Badger football. Was it Evan, Jesse?
Yeah.
And I got the Jason, because he
got the
was
ball
only
at
one
the
that
top
could
of the
answer
arc
it.
and very quickly passed to the corner. Yep.
All right. Well, we'll get to that in the 11 o'clock hour. Before we can.
All right, never mind.
Matt LaFleur discussing the corner situation yesterday. If you recall, during the week, he proclaimed, and Jeff Hafley proclaimed, that Nate Hobbs was going to be just fine, and you got to have a short memory at that position, and we have not lost confidence in him. And then he played four snaps
Proving what
on
you
defense.
should tell everyone, Jason. Don't believe anything a coach says. Compared
don't listen
to
to
what
what
a
they
coach
say.
does.
Look at what they do. Indeed. By the way, you mentioned the homer rule of young players, and Tausch acted like it was some sort of revelatory thing that he'd never heard of. You've been doing that for like 20-some years.
You know, what does that tell you?
He doesn't listen to you.
listen to anything I say. And I could have told you that.
Or
fair.
more
You could-
positively, he just started listening to everything you say.
It's nice of him to listen. We
That ain't
listened to Matt
happening.
LaFleur talk about the corner situation. Here is what he said so we can get Homer's reaction to it.
When you look at a lot of these situations, we always talk about how it's going to be a competitive situation, and it was just that. And a lot of it comes down to not only, obviously everybody sees how you perform in a game, but what nobody sees is what we're doing on a daily basis in practice. And so CV got an opportunity, and he went out there, and I thought he played really competitively the entire game. And I know even on the touchdown catch, I just loved how he competed for the football. I thought that was big time, and it didn't go our way in that moment. But I thought all in all, he showed physicality. He was challenging guys. There was just no gimmies, and I thought that was big time because that's how we want to play. We may be in a 3-deep zone defense, but you still got to be sticky in some regards in your coverage. You can't just be, just giving up freebies all the way down the field. So we want those corners to challenge. And at the same time, it's going to continue to be a competitive situation because we still have a ton of confidence in Hobbs. So all of those guys, Keyshawn, they're all going to be competing for playing time.
Homer?
That was nice of him to throw Hobbs a crumb. He ain't played any different. It's going to be the same next week. Based on what he said, but by the way, I'm head coach. You kind of better say something nice about Hobbs. In those 6 plays, he looked pretty good. What are you thinking if you're Hobbs? Yeah, right. Nice try, coach. I guess it's possible it would change, and then they could say it was based on what practice was. But I would anticipate, unless Hobbs replaces someone else, you would know that better than I. How can Hobbs get more time in a way that doesn't dispute all that he just said?
Yeah, look, they said that it was going to be a competition at right guard, and the Arizona game, Jordan Morgan played the whole way, and then the Pittsburgh game, they alternated again. So they are open to changing it on a week-by-week basis.
Is what I want to know. Who played the second half?
I think they both did. I guess I got to go back and look at what the snap counts were. But
because that would be huge to me. As great as the offense was, if there was a change, I want to know if there was a change and who got the majority in the second half.
So because there was a game where Jordan Morgan started, Sean Ryan played one series, and then we never saw him again. In this game, the snap counts broke up thusly. At guard, Sean Ryan played 35 snaps. Jordan Morgan played 29.
Yeah, it was like 53 to 47. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, that to me is, for a guy that was talking about how he didn't really like being benched in a contract year the previous week, he got an opportunity again. So I think you can argue, and especially after what they paid to get Nate Hobbs, they don't want him sitting on the bench. So if he proves that he can bounce back and they give him another opportunity, he doesn't stink up the place, then he'll be back in the lineup. I don't discredit that. I don't think Keyshawn Nixon is in danger of losing his spot, but he played poorly in the first half. There's no two ways about that. It was a between the punt that he muffed and then his coverage, it was a bad half. There's no doubt about that. I am a Carrington Valentine believer. He's got a swagger to him. I think he's a really physical guy for not being a very big guy.
Why don't they believe in him as much?
I don't know. I thought they did, and when they signed Hobbs, I thought, okay, they're going to play him in the slot like the Raiders did, because of my extensive film breakdown of his physicality. And then instead, they moved him outside. Nice. They believe he can play outside. They use Javon Bullard in the slot, and CV was the odd man out. Well, I think what he did in the game probably makes them inclined to play him against Carolina until he has some sort of struggle that they would have a reason to put Hobbs back in. That's the way I expect that to go. All right,
I'll join that club.
We need to get to the 11 o'clock hour and a frank discussion of Badger football with Steve the Homer True, along with Trivia and Wonelli. And we'll hear from the Jesse Nelson Show featuring Derek Engler, Tarek Saleh, and Barry Alvarez. That's all ahead. We start in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. The Milwaukee Bucks back in action tonight at Fiserv Forum, playing host to a team that played in the Eastern Conference Finals last season. Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks tonight, 7 o'clock tip. Listen to the game. Pregame coverage starts at 6:30 right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. Dave Kane, Justin Garcia on the call. Bucks listed as 1.5-point underdogs for tonight's contest, according to ESPN Bet. Giannis, fresh off being named Eastern Conference Player of the Week for Week 1 of the NBA regular season. A couple of stellar performances in the opening week for the association. Again, Bucks-Knicks tonight, 7 o'clock. It is nationally televised on NBC. Meanwhile, football, the Green Bay Packers turning their attention to this Sunday's opponent, the Carolina Panthers. Watch out, trap game at Lambeau Field. Kickoff is set for noon. The Packers have opened as 12.5-point favorites, according to ESPN Bet. Plenty more to talk about in the game coming up. Wilde and Tausch with Homer, and is the cousin sub of the day for Tausch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. This is Sullivan. Say hi, Sullivan. Sullivan is one of our new kittens that we got a few weeks ago. He's getting bullied by the dog.
How many do you have? New kids? How many do you have?
He's not allowed to answer that question.
I can't.
Sure,
I can't answer.
why not? You
I just
can't
think it would
say
be
if you
best
said
I didn't.
20, no one would be surprised.
The pet police might come for him.
It's
if he
less than
admits.
20.
No,
it's
not
definitely
with
less
cats.
than
You can have as many cats as you want. Nobody cares.
Okay, well,
The limit
that's
to
not-
dogs. but not-
That's not what it says in the Brown County bylaws.
Yes.
Steve the Homer True, noted Marquette men's basketball voice, not affiliated with the University of Wisconsin, although you do have a letter from the University of Wisconsin.
That is correct. And a jacket.
Did you letter at any of the other schools? You were like the transfer portal before the transfer portal was cool.
Correct. I wanted to play at Arizona. I was not good enough, so I called the coach at Wisconsin and said, I want to come back, but I want a scholarship. And he said yes, to give me a partial scholarship to come back. But he had to send a letter to the coach at Arizona to get the ability to talk to me. He sent the coach a letter, and the letter wrote back, I didn't know Steve True was on the team. So that was special. Bill Murphy's name, and the team was very good. I'm not offended by that. Wyndham Clark, is that the golfer? His dad, Russell Clark, was on the team at the time. Very good player. But I did think that he thought he knew I was on the team. But they wouldn't play with me because I was kind of a walk-on, and they had a couple of Swedish guys. And so in order for them to play, I said, all right, I'll play you for $10 a set. This is 1974. And the kid says, sure. Well, then I beat him. Then he wouldn't play me anymore because he didn't want to lose $10 a set. But he wasn't going to play me ahead of the scholarship kids. Clearly, because he didn't know I was.
Because you weren't Swedish.
Right, and it was off. It was off semester, so it wasn't like they were playing matches, and you should have known. But anyway, go ahead.
Was it Stefan Edberg?
Who was on the
team? The
or
Swedish
what?
guy that you were playing with?
No. Come on, those people I couldn't win a game against them.
Fair. So you are not affiliated with. I'm sorry?
No, the only letter I ever got was as a freshman walk-on at Wisconsin. They did not give me the letter because I refused to return a pair of sweatpants that cost $5. Therefore, they held my grades, and then by the time I paid the $5, that was too late, and they didn't give me the sweater or then a jacket, which I got 40 years later.
So you have your letter now.
I have my letter jacket.
You don't
That's
have
all
the
that I got.
actual
I think
letter.
That's what you got. I don't think there is such a thing, but I'm not sure. You might have to ask Tausch.
I think we might be able to
you
track
get
down. We know some people
you
over
get
at
a sweater or
1440 Monroe
jacket.
Street. Let's see if we can right that
Yeah,
wrong.
No, there's no wrong.
You should have the letter. You should have the physical letter.
Well, the letter is on the jacket, so.
So then you
that's
have the letter. I asked you
but
if you had the letter. It doesn't matter if it's on the jacket or in a picture frame. You have the letter.
I guess if that's the definition of what the letter is.
Yeah. All right. Wisconsin letterman.
Yes, I did. Fine,
Proud
let's move on.
Wisconsin
Yes.
alumnus.
The worst letterman ever at the school. I'm proud to say that because the team was so bad that I was able to get a letter.
Jesse Nelson, who is not an alumnus of the University of Wisconsin, he went to Bradley, hosts the Barry Alvarez show every Monday. And here is what Barry Alvarez had to say about in-state recruiting, as it may or may not relate to the current staff that coaches the University of Wisconsin.
The top players here are as good as any in the country, and no one's paying attention to them. So you have a better chance. I mean, it's just common sense. You have a better chance at recruiting someone that lives a half hour away, or an hour away, or 2 hours away, or 2.5 at Green Bay, or whatever to Milwaukee. In state, they can drive here. Their parents can come here and watch them. And they're as good as anybody you can get. And your chances of getting one of the better players, best players in Ohio, Ohio State's going to get the first pick. And they're going to drive through the whole Big Ten area, the rest of the Big Ten to get to you, you know. And so your chances diminish the further you get away.
All right, so Jesse, before we get Homer's thoughts on this, little background. Brad Nortman, former Badgers punter, it's a fake, Nortman. Great call and great execution. Was very critical of in his interactions with state football coaches at the high school level of the engagement level of the current head coach and staff. Is that an accurate depiction of what Brad said?
That is correct. He's connected. He has spoken with a bunch of coaches at the high school level and is comfortable with the assertion that they have not had the same connection with Coach Fickle since he's taken over at Wisconsin compared to past coaches.
Yeah, and let's go out of the way. He's not the type of individual who goes out of his way to be controversial.
Yeah, Brad is the opposite of that. Yeah.
Very true.
And yet he felt it necessary to be transparent.
Forthcoming, I was told in the YouTube comments. It's another good word.
Your definition of transparent would fit perfectly to this particular situation.
Yes, thank you. Yes, agreed. So, and then Jesse, it was during your version of the program at the Hard Rock Casino in which Barry Alvarez made the comments about you got to get out and see people, etc. So that is obviously a sticking point for the former head coach and athletic director, especially since he built the program on building a wall around Wisconsin, right? That was one of the first things he said.
I don't think he said that Fickle wasn't doing that, did he?
I think the implication was fairly... I'm not the host of the Jesse Nelson Show with Barry Alvarez. Would you describe that as that the implication from Barry Alvarez was that is not a sufficiently done tactic with the current administration.
In maybe a few more words than that, if you're looking to establish an identity as a program, which is something that has been said, since before the start of the season, and that fans aren't seeing, and that the players are saying they don't know what their identity is. Barry said to establish the identity of the team, what he did back in the day was, the big palookas up front around the state, which are there's an abundance of them all around the state. That's where you can begin to build the identity of the program. Running the football.
They have an identity. That's just garbage.
It's not scoring points.
No, they stink. That's the identity, and the players don't like having an identity that they stink. It's not like you're average in the Big Ten. They stink. That's their identity. Right?
A frank conversation about Wisconsin football with Steve the Homer True. No, you're being frank.
It's not. It's
proving
not
my point.
Every person in the state. There's never been such universal understanding of Badger football. Ever. Everybody agrees.
Maybe in 1987.
They stink. Well, that didn't mean they didn't stink in the past. This is just now. 100% say they stink. They're at the bottom of the Big Ten. In addition to the stinking, they can't score and things like that.
That is part. The inability to score is part of the stinking.
I mean, Luke Fickell doesn't go up to the podium at Big Ten Media Days in July and say, "All right, this year we're gonna stink." Like that's not
our identity.
That's the identities. Like that's not exactly the
You
point
didn't
of
ask
what we're
me,
going for.
What
here.
identity is he? What identity? Well, yes, they're then saying, what identity is he trying to sell? No one knows. Because when you stink, it doesn't matter the identity that your head coach has and wants the team to be, because the number one reason any team stinks is why?
Talent.
The coach. The coach determines talent more than anything else. There was no talent at Wisconsin. Barry Alvarez comes. Now you have talent. The coach determines the talent. That's why the coach is most important. He has other jobs as well. The problem with Fickell is no one can think of even one thing positive to say about him. Not many, not one. Like the Badgers stink, but. There is no but. They just stink. Everything stinks. Name me one positive thing about Wisconsin football now. One. Anything.
I think their defense has played better than
limited
expected.
Oregon to 21 points. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Yes. You have that.
I don't see them having like the UCLA moment, though, where UCLA suddenly rises up and wins a couple of games until they had to go play Indiana. Like I don't feel a lot of reason for optimism that they're gonna, beat Washington or whatever.
It's tough to win when scoring 7 points is an achievement.
Right, and here's the problem that I have with this. And Riley Yauk had a very strong opinion on the post-game show. I saw the social media clip with Riley, and I would argue
what could be very strong.
Well, he was he was highly critical of Simmons, and what I wanted to say was the plan was never for Simmons to be their starting quarterback. Like he started
the backup.
He started 3 games at Southern Illinois, the proud alma mater of Sylvie, of Waddle and Sylvie. Great school, go Salukis, but I don't think that was ever what they wanted. The kid from from San Diego State,
okay.
he was the backup.
Can I just respond to that?
Him. Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
Look at when you're Wisconsin. Even when you were really good, it didn't require that you had a great quarterback. You had good quarterbacks. You control the line of scrimmage, and you can run the ball. They get dominated on the line of scrimmage, and thus they can't run the ball. Whoever the quarterback is has become way more important than it's ever been. Why? Because they stink. You can't ask the quarterback to be something they didn't even have when they were good. Because they could run the ball. They get dominated on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, once in a while, not the defense. And to borrow Gary Ellerson, football starts with a line of scrimmage. All this stuff like the quarterback, I think the quarterback now could probably play. I think he's healthy, Edwards, but he doesn't want to play anymore because now he can transfer, and this year doesn't count. But I can't prove that.
You get an eighth year of college
but that's what some players do.
Yeah,
correct. If you play 3 games, you can then play somewhere else. But look, this is really simple. And by the way, this is nothing compared to and I don't get irritated at social media very often, but a couple people have questioned Ted Kellner because he's very important, and I think it should be against the law to say anything about him because UW Sports has been good since 1990 because of Ted Kellner more than any other person. More than any other person to have been as good. So, but he could hire Don Morton, want to hire Don Morton, and I'd give him a pass. I think he gets a pass for maybe 25 years. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that in. I can solve this problem very easily. All right, I got to talk to Barry. Barry, you're in charge. We have to do this privately. I know you're whatever. We'll give you $1 million. Here's $1 million, and you tell us what to do. You can be a part of it, or you can tell us who to do it. The problem will be solved. I'm not sure what he will do.
I will join that.
It'll be
club.
solved. Why not?
Because
$2 million?
Because I have immense respect for Barry Alvarez, and obviously he has been unafraid to share his opinion on the Jesse Nelson show with Barry Alvarez.
We know his opinion. If he was AD, Vic will be fired at the end of the year.
So my question is,
if he had hired him, Vic would be done at the end of the year.
For as great as Barry Alvarez has been, was, however you want to view what he did, both as a coach, building this program from ashes, and then his time as the athletic director. My question is, are you going to pay him the $1 million to fix everything in an era that is not the same as when he had all of his success?
Great question. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I can tell you the answer.
And why?
To that.
What gives you confidence that Barry Alvarez, whose greatness is undebatable, is still able then to navigate the current waters, which strike me like, look, they went out and got transfer quarterbacks, right? Darrell Bevell was a transfer from Northern Arizona. They didn't pay him NIL money.
Randy Wright was a transfer, by the way, from Notre Dame.
Right, and so my point is that it's not like they didn't go out and get quarterbacks previously, but the last 3 years they've brought in a one-year guy. Tanner Mordecai, I would argue, is the best of the three. He was on some NFL rosters with the 49ers and elsewhere, but he gets hurt. Then Jesse helped me out
Tyler
here.
Van Dyke.
Van Dyke.
Is next up, yeah.
And now with Billy Edwards. But they haven't developed anyone that if you lose the guy that you're paying the big money to be your quarterback, you can still win with. That is on the coaching staff.
No, you can't still win with. When you get dominated on the line of scrimmage, you can't win with any quarterback.
Which goes back to making sure that you have all the big palookas from the state on your team.
Well, or you start with that. The reason Barry Alvarez, now he likes money, so you're going to have to pay him. The reason he can solve it is the one thing that people do not mention often enough about Barry Alvarez. He's smart. He knows the world has changed. And he will do and consult and figure out with whomever necessary in order to win because in understanding that things have changed. They haven't changed that much because Illinois is okay with a former Wisconsin coach in a situation, the problem you have is no one really knows for sure how much money everybody has, how much money they're spending. Like, what is the problem? Is Wisconsin not enough money? And again, so I need somebody who understands that, and Barry will either understand it or find people to understand it. Because look at what he did with the coaches that came after he was around and the success that continued at Wisconsin. Often success stops or can stop when a legend leaves because, as the late Rick Majerus said, the great coaches sometimes don't want the next person to be as good as they are. But
Brett Bielema was really good. Gary Anderson was not.
Right.
Being honest.
But they still won with Gary Anderson. Think of Gary
That's
Anderson
true.
and you saying that about him. It should be against the law given what's occurring now. Gary Anderson is in the Hall of Fame compared to what exists now.
Gary Anderson got him to a Big Ten championship game.
It's true. You're
Again,
right.
you got to look at his record. There were issues about how well he fit in, how long, what would have happened eventually, but it doesn't matter. 2 years, they won. So this, and I have difficulty blaming McIntosh because I would have hired Fickle too, unless more research would have told me that Cincinnati won because of Freeman and not Fickle. I don't know that that's the case, but he has certainly gone on to be very successful at Notre Dame. But that aside, if McIntosh hired the person everybody would have hired, then I don't know how you can say he's a bum. And again, what happens now is not determined by the coach. It is not determined by the AD. It's determined by the chancellor. If she is happy with losing, then they won't make a change because it costs them some money. I don't know enough about her. But
to Homer's point,
Gary
Gary
Alvarez
Anderson,
existed solely because of Donna Shalala.
She and Pat Richter and Donna Shalala believed in both of them.
Correct.
Gary Anderson went 19-7 in his 2 years at Wisconsin, including 13-3 in the Big Ten. Then things kind of went south for him. He went to Oregon State for 3 years, did not have much success there, and then went back to Utah State and was fired, or maybe they just only played 3 games in 2020, but that only lasted 2 years.
He was amazing. I think he was able to turn Jordan Love into a bad quarterback. Am I right about that? He might have been there.
I think you're correct, yes.
Yeah.
He was
the only person who could stop Jordan Love. Gary Anderson. I love that. I don't know if it's true, but it just sounds great.
I don't think that's a trivia question for Badgers Trivia Tuesday, Jesse, but that is next. What caller would you like for Badgers Trivia Tuesday?
Caller 16.
For Randy Wright. Caller 16 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 16 plays trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison. UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Van Vogler, Sun Prairie East High School. You came in right when the school split. What was that like?
It was very challenging with
with seeing a lot of my friends on the other side of the town, but we still have a lot of great players over here, great coaching with every single sport.
But baseball, you've been to state twice in baseball. What's that like going up to Appleton where the baby Brewers play?
You know, it's always very cool going up to Appleton, just making those deep runs in the playoffs. They're always really fun, a lot of emotion, and you just have a great town in Sun Prairie you're playing behind, so it's just great to have a great community behind you.
Don't be haunted by high prices this Halloween. Metro Ford of Madison has frightfully good deals waiting just for you. Right now, drive home the all-new 2025 Ford F-150 or F-150 STX, or escape the ordinary in a 2025 Ford Escape, both with just 2.9% APR for up to 66 months, only $16.41 per month for $1,000 finance. But hurry, these scary good offers vanish November 3rd. Visit MetroFordOfMadison.com today, where the deals are a treat, never a trick.
Game day in Wisconsin calls for a big play. The Big Dinner Box from Pizza Hut. 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks, all for just $19.99. That's enough for you to feed your whole lineup and the fans before kickoff. Hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, even tavern style. Pizza Hut has something for every seat in the stadium. Order now for delivery or carryout at pizzahut.com or on the app. Fuel your game day with the Big Dinner Box. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
Electric bills are out of control, but with federal incentives, you can go solar with zero upfront cost and start saving hundreds a month. Badgerland Exteriors and Solar is a local and family-owned company, and they make the switch to solar simple. No pressure, no hassle, just honest.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
This has been really fun. I love it when Homer fills in. You never just never know. I'm a little bit worn out. It's a lot, but I mean that in a good way. You know, I was worried we wouldn't have anything to talk about. Time now, Jesse Nelson, for trivia.
And how about this? Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs with a new offer going on right now. Cousin Subs $10 meal deal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, a fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is available online or through the Cousins app only.
They have really good fries. I'm a big fan of their fries along with the sandwiches. And, of course, they also have those chicken tenders, if you haven't heard. Time now for trivia, presented by Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Justin in Milwaukee. Justin, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Living somebody's dream, just not mine today.
Did you tailor that just for Homer being on? That was well done.
No, I've been saying that for years, but it's nice that Uncle Homer gets to hear it. So.
You're living somebody's dream. It's just not yours. Homer always says he's living the dream. All right. Let's see if you can live your dream and get all three of these questions right in Badgers Trivia Tuesday. Question number 1, Justin, is this. What is the name of the only Badgers player who has scored a touchdown in the team's last 3 games? Is it Lance Mason, Sean West, or Nick Boyd?
I'll go with B.
Sean West. Homer, do you know?
Randy Wright.
Yeah. So that's a no.
Do not know.
Lance Mason. correct answer. Lance Mason. Don't believe.
Now, what
don't
was it
blame.
he's done? Scored a touchdown?
Well, so the Badgers have played 3 games in the last 3 weeks. They have scored 1 touchdown. He's the guy.
They scored one. I didn't know if you were adding the early touchdown at Michigan before they then went 3 more quarters without scoring. Nope. All right, got it. I should have known that.
Sean West is the punter who came in and called his own fake punt run on 4th and 19 and got it. And Nick Boyd is the transfer from San Diego State who plays basketball.
I appreciate you doing that because I didn't know.
He led their team in scoring against Oklahoma, didn't he?
I think that's correct, yes. He had a big night. He's been great in the preseason, there's no doubt.
Question 2, Justin, is this. John Cook served as the head coach of Wisconsin volleyball from 1992 to 1998, during which Jason Wilde covered him for a large portion of his tenure, before leaving and eventually becoming a 4-time national championship head coach at which school? Was that at Texas, Nebraska, or Penn State?
Oh, boy, tough one. I'll go for Nebraska.
No, it's not. It's not a tough one. Can I help him or not? It's a very easy one, actually.
Why is it so easy?
Well, if you follow...
He thought his Blake Bortles trivia was good, too, so...
Yeah, fair point.
They've won 4. He's won 4 national titles, some of which competing against Wisconsin, correct?
Indeed, yes. And the Huskers will take on Wisconsin on Friday night, celebrating Halloween at the Fieldhouse. And we're going to go. We got tickets, so we're very excited.
Oh, wow.
So, yes.
You dressing up? They're encouraging Halloween costumes.
So that was going to be one of my questions. If so, I need to get my Ted Lasso mustache because that's what I want to. I want to go as Ted Lasso. I've got all the rest of the gear that I need. But
Do
yes.
you know where Cook played college basketball in college?
I don't. I know that he talked with me and took me out to lunch to ask for my opinion on whether he should go to Nebraska in 1998. Though.
What?
Yeah.
What did you tell him? You told him, no, don't go. That's a mistake. Don't go there.
He
That's
did
what
not
you told
think.
Him, right?
He had doubts.
That's what I'd go with.
He had doubts about whether or not Wisconsin would ever show the level of commitment to volleyball that Nebraska had. Nebraska, he'd been there previously, and Nebraska was one of the most committed schools to the volleyball program. Wisconsin was not there yet, and so he chose to go back. I told him selfishly I think he should stay and he could build his own Nebraska here, which I think was still good advice, but I said I can't blame you if you leave because it seems to me that at this point you don't feel like they have put the investment in to make it into the Nebraska.
First year he went to Nebraska, he won the national title, and they were unbeaten.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, they had some success. And so did Justin getting that question right. All right, Justin, question 3 is this. What is the name of the general manager for Wisconsin football who also serves as deputy athletic director and chief operating officer for Wisconsin Athletics? Boy, it really is the NFL. You got titles like that now. Is that person's name Mike Wilson, Matt Walker, or Marcus Sedbury?
What?
Let me see. The first answer was A. The second one was B. So I'll go with C. Great job, Jesse.
It's quite a path. And well executed. Indeed, Marcus Sedbury is indeed the person who holds all those titles.
Did you know he was there?
I'm not familiar. Who are Mike Wilson and Matt Walker?
Mike Wilson is the men's golf coach at the University of Wisconsin, and Matt Walker is the head football coach at UW River Falls.
This was really quite the journey through trivia.
Marcus, did you even know, in all of our discussions of Wisconsin football, did you even know they had a general manager?
I knew they had a general manager. I did not know his name.
Like, how have we gotten this far in the year talking about this team looking the way they are, not once mentioning anywhere that they have a general manager who's in charge of constructing the roster?
Is that what he's really in charge of doing?
It's in the job
We
description.
don't know what they actually do.
Exactly.
I don't care
Thank
what's
you.
in the job description. Nobody knows exactly what they do.
Justin, you got 2 out of 3, which ain't bad. You got 3 of the possible 4 entries into Friday's drawing. Thanks for playing, buddy.
All right, thank you.
That was a journey. That was a thing. That was Wilde and Tausch trivia. I would like to propose that we change the format. I think one of my favorite game shows was the Hollywood Squares, and I think what we should do in the future is play it, and Tausch gives his answer, and then the contestant either agrees or disagrees. Circle gets the square type of deal. I would like to try that. That's something I'd like to experiment with. Not today, though, because Homer's here, and we already did trivia. What we did not do
By the
is
way, I did want to mention to people the odds makers saying Detroit is the favorite, a better favorite to make the Super Bowl than the Packers, which surprised me. They're the number 1 NFC team. Detroit plus 650. The Packers are plus 750, and Philadelphia is plus 900. Sorry to interrupt, but not really.
I appreciate the apology. What I also appreciate is great customer service from Associated Bank. They've got the awards to prove it. They're the best in the industry, whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection. I've appreciated all those things, and I also appreciate the fact that if I was a big sports fan and wanted to rep my team, I could choose from Badgers checking, Brewers checking, or Packers checking. I've just got the Associated Bank logo on mine. But go to AssociatedBank.com to find out how easy it is to make the switch. It's not the branches that make a bank local, it's its roots, and they are rooted in Wisconsin. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
The biggest games,
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
the most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments,
Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison is throwing the Halloween party of the year. Join the fun Friday, October 31st at our Halloween Bonanza costume contest. We're giving away $6,000 in cash prizes at our 9 p.m. drawing. But get creative because the better the costume, the bigger the prize. You'll also enjoy a DJ, a free photo booth, a treat bag with a free drink ticket, plus $10 in rewards play when you arrive wearing a costume. Bring your Halloween spirit to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
We're on the Badgers.
And the guys that played today wanted to play.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
Played with their hair. They looked like they wanted to be Wisconsin Badgers. They were proud to carry that motion W.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
As he said, Homer was going to leave early, and he did. He's gone. He's got to go be the Uber driver for his grandson. That leaves Jesse and me to do Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Jordan Love appeared on Up and Adams with Kay Adams on FanDuel.
Oh, that's Michael's favorite show in the YouTube comments. He loves that.
Well, good for him.
In fact, he wrote in the YouTube comments, Jay Love was on Kay Adams' show today. Go check out the interview on Kay's channel.
Well, that's kind of rude. Why
Kay is good at making players say things they don't normally wouldn't. No big news from Jay Love today, though.
Well, then
why do I have to go check out the interview?
Well, he did say this about his nickname.
I don't know. I think Pookie got started on social media. Like, I think somebody started that, and it's been one of those things that's kind of just been like in the comments everywhere, and now the teams call me Pookie, and it's just kind of taken over. And hey, I'm not going to be mad at it. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Could be worse nicknames, but I'll take Pookie.
Pookie. Jordan Love. You going to call him Pookie next time you talk to him? Is that tomorrow in the locker room?
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Sure. I'll be happy to call him Pookie. I don't. The only Pookie that I think of is Pookie Workman. Vince Workman was Pookie many years ago. Played with Favre, and I like Pookie. I don't know. Like, he's in a tough spot if he doesn't like it, right? Like Jaybird, for example, which became a lot cooler when I learned that Jaden Reed was also called Jaybird, and then he just became
elevate
Bird.
your status with that
Indeed.
one. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a huge nickname guy, but like when I talk to Tucker Kraft, I'll call him Tuck, or hey X, do you have a second? So I guess I use them occasionally, but I'm not a member of the team, so I'm usually cautious about overusing nicknames.
Whoa, Nelly! Do any of the players have nicknames for you?
No, I'm still not sure that a lot of them actually know my name, even the ones that are very cooperative with me.
Oh.
I think we're all just sort of we're the media type thing, so I'm not sure about that. I think some guys do. The guys that, when I send them a text message, I think they know who I am, but again, maybe not. But the nickname, the very creative nickname, Tausch has talked about this before in the locker room. Nickname's not very creative. The great Eugene Robinson, before his Super Bowl Eve extravaganza when he was with the Falcons, J-Dub. J-Dub.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa, Nelly! That sound means we're all out of time for Whoa, Nelly today. That was it. Pookie.
Pookie. There's nicknames like Homer and Falcon and etc. Homer is gone. Pookie will not join us. Just Jesse and me wrapping things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Wisconsin football couldn't get a win at Eugene over the weekend, but Wisconsin volleyball did. Badger star Mimi Collier, an Oregon transfer, delivered the dagger over the Ducks with the final point of the match. John Arias with the call.
Back row Collier, and why not? Mimi Collier finishes it with a back row kill against her former team, and the Badgers walk out of here a winner in 4.
Next up for Wisconsin, it's top-ranked Nebraska. Halloween night at the Fieldhouse Friday night for an 8 o'clock first serve.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your Halloween, holiday, or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
'Cause I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get beat. I'm my own worst enemy. It's bad when you enjoy yours.
So, Jesse, are you going to be at Friday's volleyball match? Are you going to dress up in a costume?
I will not be. I will be doing my studio anchoring responsibilities in the Everlight Solar studio at ESPN Madison.
I thought that was Riley Yauk's job. I heard him doing it the other night when they were at Washington.
Yeah, I don't,
You don't like late shifts?
Well, actually, that night I was calling a high school football game, but I was originally scheduled to do that.
That's true. There you go.
Sundays have been tough for me this year. So Sunday's kind of my day where we've had Riley Yauk, Corey Sparks helping out, filling in with the studio anchoring responsibilities.
Upgrading.
But,
Yeah.
I will be here for number 1 Nebraska on Friday night, not in costume. Although I did see there were a number of responses, whether it's on the text line or in the YouTube comments, that you do have a costume well documented on this show that would be ready for you to go to the volleyball match wearing on Friday night.
I do still have it. I also still have Cookie Monster and Grover. They're all in the garage. I'll have to get them out. But I think it would be inappropriate because I think I'd take up more than my allotted space of my bleacher seat if I went as Elmo.
They did say, which this is fascinating to me, in the volleyball press release for the match on Friday night, fans are encouraged to wear Halloween costumes. They have to be appropriate and appropriately sized to fit in your seat.
Yeah, that's
so
very fair point.
We know what's very clearly on the wrong end of some of that, but like where the line is an interesting thing to consider.
I feel good about Ted Lasso. I think I can get away with that. All right, that's it for us today. Who's our cousin sub tomorrow, Jesse?
Brian Bulaga, Iowa.
And a
in tomorrow.
special sub for Brian Bulaga for Tackle Talk, even though he's not necessarily a former tackle. We'll unveil that tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Thanks to Homer for being the sub. It's Wilde and Tausch. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcast